Hey guys, Eric here. Recently somebody asked me how they should go about getting new customers. And I asked them, what kind of customers? And they said, any kind of customers. And I said, that's your problem. If you don't know who your ideal customer is, how do you know how to go after them? If you don't have a target that you're aiming for, how are you ever going to hit it? Wait, what, no, nope, no. So why should you define your ideal customer? Well, in a single word, it's focus. Without focus, without aiming at a specific target, you're much less likely to hit anything. Knowing your ideal customer means that you're able to target specific people with specific messaging. Too many business owners try and go out and just get as many different customers as they can with kind of spray and pray type of marketing, and that rarely is very effective. You need to talk to specific people, specific types of clients with very specific messaging if you're going to be highly effective with your marketing efforts. So let's start identifying your ideal client, and let's start with what you offer. So what are your service offerings and what types of benefits do they create for your clients? Number two, what types of clients can benefit best from those services? Because you want to go after the low-hanging fruit first, right? Nothing says you have to declare a vertical and stay there, but what we want to do is we want to start marketing to a target audience and become well known and capture that audience as much as possible, and then move on to the next one. Once you've identified that type of customer, then let's talk about what makes those customers different from all of the other customers out there. What are specific about their needs that your services are going to be able to provide the answer for? Do those clients that you've identified actually make up a vertical? Are they real estate? Are they attorneys? There's a lot of different verticals out there that you may want to target and you may have specific experience in, or you may have specific services that cater directly to that client base. So you may want to pick a vertical. You don't have to stick with it, but pick a vertical for now that you're aiming at so that you can get the majority of those customers. And then last but not least, you need to locate those clients geographically. You need to know where they're located and whether or not there's enough of them in your target market to make sense to advertise and specifically market to. Okay, so now that you've identified a specific type of client or a vertical that makes sense for you to work with, let's define what they specifically look like. So what type of business do they have? What is their main line of business software? What are the activities that they're engaged in day after day that your services will provide a benefit for? Number two, what's the size of the business, average size of the business? Like is your average law firm in your area 2 attorneys with 2 admins, whatever it is. And what is the size of the market? Now, we already talked about that a little bit when we talked about location, but it's important really to narrow down how many of those customers are within your target area. Number 3, what are the common pain points that these businesses have that you can specifically address in your messaging? Because remember, what we're doing at this point now, we're talking about what type of business they are, what their business needs are, what their size is. These are all characteristics of their business. And then thirdly, what are the common pain points in those businesses? Last but not least, who are the decision makers within that organization? This is very important. What do they look like? Are they business owners? Are they office managers? Are they a certain age? Are they a certain demographic? How do we talk specifically to these people? In law firms, a lot of times you're going to be dealing with an office manager. Same thing with a medical practice. With a real estate agency, you're probably going to be dealing with a broker owner, something like that. So you really want to narrow down the actual type of people that you're probably going to be talking to. Are they younger or are they older? You want to change your messaging based on whether or not you're talking to a certain group of people. Now, once we have all of that information together, now we can start to build a story. We can start to build messaging to speak directly to that business, their needs, and most importantly, that specific person that we're going to be speaking to through our marketing. Once we have some messaging in place, now what we want to do is we actually want to build a list of the businesses in your target area that you can market to. Use a phone book, use Google, whatever, a phone book. I'm kind of dating myself there, but that's the way we used to do it. We used to go through the phone book and find all of the attorneys, all of the medical practices, whatever that we wanted to specifically target. And we would actually build, at that time, an Excel spreadsheet of the people that we wanted to market to, and that's how we created lists. Now you have CRM packages that you can do the same thing with, or if your PSA contains your CRM, you're going to load them in there so that you can then export those lists or use those lists to support your marketing efforts. Then that content that you created, that messaging that you created, now you're going to start creating actual market materials and sending those out, whether they're emails, whether they're postcards, and yes, snail mail does work now again. So what about social media? I know social media is a hot topic right now. It's a lot of people are spending a lot of money on it. I don't necessarily think you have to spend a lot of money on it. Most of you are used to doing, just word of mouth marketing, and that's how a lot of us grew our businesses in the beginning. I don't think that's as effective as it used to be, but I think social media can be used in a paid as well as non-paid way to get more customers. Now, if you asked me a year ago, maybe 16 months ago, if I thought you should advertise on Facebook, I would say no. But Facebook is where your customers are. Whether they're business owners, residential customers, whatever, it's where your customers are. And you can very easily sort by demographic, filter out different types of people so that you can target very easily with that specific messaging that you've created and be able to talk specifically to the right people. And I believe very much in meeting your customers where they're at. And even though Facebook is not a business forum, it is where your customers are, and it's very easy to target them by segment in that platform. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that messaging that you created and you're going to create little blog articles that you can post on Facebook, LinkedIn, all the different places. You're going to create short form videos so that not only do they get to read what you're trying to tell them, but they can hear it and see it as well. Video is an extremely important part of your marketing effort these days, and it's very easy. All you need is your smartphone. You don't have to have a fancy setup to do video-based marketing. Without focusing on a target, you're just shooting randomly in the dark, and your results are then going to be random as well. So what you really want to do is you want to target specific businesses, specific verticals, specific types of customers with your marketing so you have a much better chance of closing those deals. And your target doesn't have to stay the same over time. I would recommend that you target a specific market for at least 6 to 12 months before you move on to another one, unless you have an actual marketing person and you can run these campaigns in parallel. So your action items are: first, to define your target client. Second, create a list within your target area of the types of businesses that fit that client profile. You're going to create messaging that speaks directly to the characteristics of that business and the people who make the decisions at those businesses. And then you're going to take that messaging and you're going to create postcards and emails and letters, all the different things so that you can market directly to those customers. Then you're going to take that content, you're actually going to create content that you can push out to social media. Grab your phone. It makes a great camera. It makes a great video camera. and you can get these things onto the internet super easy. If you want to accelerate them, use paid advertising on social media. If you don't, just go ahead and do posts. People will start following you. People will see your messages. The only thing that paid advertising is going to do is it's just going to accelerate how many people you get in front of within a given amount of time. I hope this video has been helpful. Please take action on these items. They're very simple items to do, and they will have a positive effect on your marketing and your close rates. Lastly, like or dislike this video so that I know, what content works and what content doesn't for you guys. If you dislike this video, do me a favor though and comment down below so that I know why you dislike the video, because it helps me improve future videos. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and smash that bell to make sure you get notified when I release new ones. Thanks. Let's crush this thing. See ya. So for those of you that have cats, you'll understand that the struggle is real. Oh, no. Really? Yeah. Really. I realize your two favorite people are not here, and so you have to bother me.